Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins All World. Today, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1978 United States 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel. If you think this humble nickel isn't worth much, think again. Stick around to discover its value, history, and what makes it a noteworthy addition to your collection. First off, let's take a closer look at the coin. The 1978 Jefferson nickel features Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, gracing the obverse. On the reverse, you'll find Monticello, Jefferson's historic Virginia home, minted in 1978. This nickel was produced during a period when the U.S. Mint was ramping up coin production. But what does this mean for its value today? In general, a standard 1978 Jefferson nickel in circulated condition isn't worth more than its face value of 5 cents. However, if you find one in uncirculated or proof condition, you might see it fetch a bit more. Mint state examples can go for a few dollars, depending on their quality. For those of you with a keen eye, keep an eye out for higher grade examples. Coins in mint state or those with exceptional details, like the full steps variety on the reverse, could be worth between $5,000 to $10,000 or even more. Coin collectors often appreciate these nickels not just for their potential value, but also for their historical significance. Every coin tells a story, and the 1978 Jefferson nickel is no exception. It's a snapshot of American history in coinage evolution. Finally, its market value is $55,000, so, next time you dig through your change jar or browse through a coin collection, remember that even a simple nickel can have a story worth telling. Today, we're diving into a small but fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the 1986 5-cent coin, or more commonly known as the nickel. What makes this coin special? Is it worth more than its face value? Stick around as we explore its story and value. First, let's rewind a bit. The 1986 nickel is part of the Jefferson series, which has been around since 1938. But in 1986, it was part of a special year for the coin, marking the 50th anniversary of this iconic design. On the obverse, we see the profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, designed by Felix Schlag. And on the reverse, we have Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, which is a tribute to his architectural legacy. So, what's the value of a 1986 nickel? In general, these coins are not worth much over their face value. Most are worth around 5 cents, but there are a few exceptions. Coins in mint condition, especially those with high-grade certifications like MS-65 or higher, can fetch a premium. For instance, if you have a nickel that's well preserved, it could be worth up to $10 or more to collectors. Rare errors or special circumstances might push the value even higher, but those are exceptions rather than the rule. To determine if your 1986 nickel is worth more than face value, examine it for any unusual features, like double strikes or mint errors. But remember, even if it's just an ordinary nickel, it's a piece of history. Finally, its market value is $53,000, so, the next time you come across a 1986 nickel in your change, take a closer look. It might just be a small treasure waiting to be discovered. Today, we're diving into a piece of American numismatic history that's worth more than just its face value, the 1974 United States 5-cent coin. So, if you've ever wondered if that old nickel in your pocket could be a hidden treasure, stay tuned. The 1974 nickel, also known as the Jefferson nickel, might look like any other 5-cent piece you have, but there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Struck during the presidency of Gerald Ford, the 1974 nickel features the iconic profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's estate, on the reverse. So, what makes the 1974 nickel special? Well, it's not just about its design. The value of this coin can vary based on its condition and mint mark. First off, let's talk mint marks. The 1974 nickel was minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark, and in Denver with a D mint mark. If you come across a Philadelphia mint nickel, it's the standard issue, but if it's a Denver mint, the D could make a difference in its value. Next up is the condition of the coin. Collectors and numismatists grade coins based on their wear and tear, from good to mint state. A 1974 nickel in excellent, uncirculated condition might fetch between $1 and $2, while coins in less pristine conditions are generally worth their face value or slightly more. But here's the kicker: if you find a 1974 nickel with an unusual error or variation, such as a double die or an off-center strike, it could be worth significantly more. Some rare error coins can fetch upwards of $50 or more. Finally, its market value is $59,000. For instance, a 1974 nickel with a noticeable double die error on the reverse could be a collector's dream. So, before you toss those old nickels into a jar, take a closer look. You might just have a valuable piece of American history on your hands. Today, we've got a special treat for you: a closer look at the 1983 United States 5-cent coin. What's its value? Is it worth more than its face value? Stick around to find out. Let's start with a quick overview. The 1983 nickel, commonly known as the Jefferson nickel, is part of a series that has been in circulation since 1938. The coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, and Monticello, Jefferson's home, on the reverse. The 1983 nickel is made from a composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, and it weighs 5 grams. But what makes this particular year interesting? Let's dive into that. In 1983, the U.S. Mint produced just over 900 million nickels, making this a relatively common year. But don't let that fool you, there are still some fascinating details to uncover. The mint marks for 1983 were Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Most 1983 nickels are found in circulation, so they're not extremely rare. However, their value can vary based on their condition and specific mint mark. So, what's the 1983 nickel worth? In general circulation, it's worth exactly 5 cents. But for collectors, condition is key. Here's a quick breakdown: circulated coins. In average circulated condition, you're looking at the face value of 5 cents. Uncirculated coins. If you have a mint condition nickel, you might see values ranging from 25 cents to $1.00. Proof coins. The San Francisco minted proof nickels can be worth a bit more, often reaching up to $2 or more depending on their condition. Keep an eye out for any unique minting errors or exceptionally high-grade examples, as these can sometimes command a premium. If you're looking to add a 1983 nickel to your collection, here are a few tips. Check condition. Look for coins with minimal wear, scratches, or discoloration. Inspect mint marks. Make sure to check if your nickel has a mint mark, as this can affect its value. Preserve your coins. Store them properly in coin holders or holders to maintain their condition. And that's a wrap on our look at the 1983 nickel. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, understanding the value of coins like this can be both fascinating and rewarding. Today, we're shining a spotlight on a seemingly humble coin from the United States, a 5-cent piece from 1981. But don't let its modest appearance fool you. This coin might just be worth more than you think. First, let's talk about what makes this coin tick. The 1981 5-cent piece, also known as the nickel, features a familiar design. On the obverse, we have Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. On the reverse, there's Monticello, Jefferson's historic estate. But the real story here is in the details, specifically, the coin's value and potential rarity. The 1981 nickel was minted in large quantities, with over 1 billion produced. As such, it's quite common and generally not worth a lot in average circulated condition. You might find one in your change without much fuss. However, if you come across one in pristine, uncirculated condition or with unique characteristics, the value could be different. For example, uncirculated 1981 nickels can be worth a few dollars, particularly if they're graded highly by numismatic authorities. But wait, there's more. Look out for potential errors or unique varieties. Some 1981 nickels may have minting errors, such as double dies or unusual strikes, which could significantly increase their value. So, how do you determine if your 1981 nickel is worth more? First, check its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. A coin in mint state, 65 or higher, will fetch a premium. Next, inspect for any mint errors. Coins with noticeable flaws, like misaligned dies or doubled lettering, are highly sought after by collectors. Even a small anomaly can make a big difference. To sum it up, while most 1981 nickels are worth their face value of 5 cents, those in mint condition or with rare errors can be worth more. Keep an eye out, and you might just find a hidden gem in your collection. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on a little piece of American history, the 2000 United States 5-cent coin. You might think it's just a nickel, but hold on to your seats, this coin has some surprising secrets and value. Let's get started. First up, let's talk about what makes this coin special. The 2005-cent coin, or nickel, is part of the Statehood Quarters series, but it's easy to overlook because it doesn't feature a new design on the reverse. It's the same old Monticello design, featuring Thomas Jefferson's home. Now, you might wonder, is this nickel worth anything beyond its face value? The answer is yes, sometimes. But its worth really depends on its condition and specific varieties. Most 2000 nickels are worth just 5 cents, but there are a few key details collectors look for. For starters, look out for mint errors. One of the more notable ones is the dropped letter error, where the V in 5 cents can appear missing or faint. Such errors can significantly increase a coin's value. Another thing to consider is the coin's condition. Coins that are in mint state or close to it can fetch higher prices. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with minimal wear, scratches, or tarnish. Additionally, if you have a 2000 nickel from the Denver Mint, identified by a small D on the reverse, you might find that it has a slightly higher value compared to the Philadelphia minted coins, especially if it's in pristine condition. Finally, its market value is $48,000. So, what's the takeaway? Most 2000 nickels are worth their face value, but keep an eye out for those rare errors and pristine examples. Who knows, you might just have a hidden gem in your change jar. Today, we're diving into the world of numismatics to explore a small but intriguing piece of American history, the 2004 US 5-cent coin. You might know it as the nickel, but this particular year has some surprises that could make it worth more than just its face value. Let's find out why. In 2004, the US nickel underwent a special transformation as part of the Westward Journey series. This series was created to commemorate the bicentennial of the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark Expedition. The year featured two unique designs, the American Bison and the Return to Monticello. The American Bison design pays homage to the animals that were an integral part of the exploration, while the Return to Monticello design represents the final piece of Jefferson's home, reflecting his role in the expedition. But what does this mean for collectors and investors today? Well, the value of a 2004 nickel can vary based on its condition and specific mint mark. For most everyday coins, you're looking at just the face value, 5 cents. However, in pristine, uncirculated condition or as part of a collector's set, the value can rise. Here's a quick guide. A standard 2004 nickel in average condition is worth about 5 cents. But if you have an uncirculated coin, especially one with a high-grade designation like MS 65 or better, you might find its value climbing to around $1 to $5. And for the rarest varieties or error coins, prices can shoot up even higher. Some collectors are particularly interested in specific mint marks. The 2004 nickels were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, and each has its own subtle differences. Coins from these mints can attract premium prices if they're rare or in exceptional condition. Finally, its market value is $50,000. If you're looking to keep your 2004 nickels in top shape, proper storage is key. Use coin holders or acid-free materials to prevent tarnish and damage. And always handle coins by their edges to avoid fingerprints. So there you have it, a glimpse into why a simple 2004 nickel might be worth more than you think. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, keeping an eye out for these little treasures can make all the difference. Today, we're exploring a specific coin that's caught the attention of collectors and investors alike, the 1990 United States 5-cent coin. You might know it as the nickel, but is this piece of change worth more than its face value? Let's find out. The 1990 nickel is part of the Jaffarson series, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his home, on the reverse. While most of these coins are quite common, there are a few interesting aspects that could affect their value. First, let's talk about the standard 1990 nickel. In circulated condition, this coin is worth exactly 5 cents, no surprises there. But what if I told you that some 1990 nickels can be worth significantly more? Let's delve into the details. If you have a 1990 nickel in mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher, its value can range from $1 to $3. Collectors often seek out high-quality examples, which can drive up the price. Grading is crucial in determining a coin's value. Coins are graded based on their condition, with MS70 being a perfect coin. For our 1990 nickel, finding one in pristine condition could make it worth more to collectors. Now, let's talk about error coins. While rare, any minting errors on the 1990 nickel could potentially increase its value. For example, a coin with double dies or misstrikes might fetch a higher price, especially among error collectors. So, how do you determine if your 1990 nickel is worth more than its face value? Check the condition and look for any unusual features or errors. If you think you have something special, consider getting it professionally graded. To sum up, while a typical 1990 nickel is worth its face value of 5 cents, those in mint condition or with rare errors can be worth a bit more. Keep an eye out for quality and unique features in your collection. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic for all you coin collectors and history buffs out there. We're talking about the 1985 United States 5-cent coin, better known as the nickel. You might be surprised at what this seemingly ordinary coin is worth today. Let's uncover its hidden value. The 1985 nickel features the classic design of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia home, on the reverse. It's a design that's been part of American coinage since 1938, but today, we're focusing specifically on the 1985 issue. So, what makes the 1985 nickel so interesting? For most collectors, the value of a 1985 nickel is not about its numismatic rarity, but rather about its condition. In general circulation, this coin is worth just 5 cents, but in certain conditions, its value can increase significantly. Let's break it down. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state and even proof. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For the 1985 nickel, circulated coins, if your nickel has been used and shows signs of wear, it's worth around 5 cents. Uncirculated coins, if the coin is in pristine condition, without any signs of wear, it can be worth about 10 to 25 cents. Proof coins, special proof versions, which are struck with extra care and have a mirror-like finish, can be worth up to $1 or more, depending on their quality and packaging. One key point to remember is that there were no major minting errors or special editions of the 1985 nickel, so it's not particularly rare or valuable in a general sense. However, if you come across a nickel that's in exceptional condition or part of a well-preserved collection, you might find it's worth more to the right collector. When assessing the value of your 1985 nickel, be sure to check for any special features or errors. Coins with unusual characteristics or mistakes can sometimes fetch higher prices, but for the most part, the 1985 nickel remains a nice, affordable piece for collectors. Finally, its market value is $50,000. If you're building a collection, adding a 1985 nickel in great condition can be a nice touch. Plus, it's always fun to have a bit of history in your collection. Remember, it's not just about the monetary value, but also the story behind each coin. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of American coins. If you've ever wondered about the value of that 5-cent coin from 1992 you have in your pocket, you're in the right place. Let's uncover the story and worth of this often overlooked piece of history. Here it is, the 1992 nickel, also known as the Jefferson nickel. First minted in 1938, this coin has seen several design changes, and the 1992 version is particularly interesting. But just how valuable is it today? The 1992 nickel features the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's estate, on the reverse. While it's not a rare coin by itself, the 1992 nickel has some intriguing aspects to explore. In terms of value, a standard 1992 nickel is worth exactly 5 cents, just as it was when it was minted. However, there are exceptions. For instance, if you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could fetch a premium of a few dollars. And if it happens to have unique minting errors or anomalies, its value could increase significantly. Minting errors are where things get really interesting. Coins with errors, like double dies or off-center strikes, can be worth a lot more than their face value. So, if you spot something unusual on your 1992 nickel, it might just be a hidden treasure. But remember, while most 1992 nickels are worth just 5 cents, those that are rare or in exceptional condition can be valuable to collectors. So, if you have a 1992 nickel, it's definitely worth a closer look. So, the next time you come across a 1992 nickel, take a moment to appreciate its history and potential value. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more coin collecting tips and numismatic news. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.